250 Radio Imanzi 105.1 FM.
We got you updated. This is Radio Imanzi News in English.
You are tuned to Radio Imanzi, broadcasting from Kigali. Here is the news in English, brought to you by Fiona Umuganwa. The headlines. President Paul Kagame said our experience as Rwandans has shown us that reconciliation must indeed be an inclusive process. Residents of Chiramuruzi sector in Gatsibo district have asked the authorities to provide them with clean water. Travelers crossing through Rusumo border in Kirehe district have expressed delight for improved services. The Nigerian president announced the implementation of measures to end the shortage of fuel. Now the news in detail. President Paul Kagame and His Excellency General Mahama Idris Deby Itno, President of the Republic of Chad, delivered remarks ahead of witnessing the signing of a general cooperation agreement. President Paul Kagame said, our experience as Rwandans has shown us that reconciliation must indeed be an inclusive process.
Our experience as Rwandans has shown us that reconciliation must indeed be an inclusive process. The General Cooperation Agreement to be signed today is a chance to continue exchanging and sharing lessons such as this with each other. This is the right time to strengthen our relationships, our relations, and deepen our collaboration in areas of mutual interest. The pandemic has reversed the development gains that we had made, and we are witnessing more instability on our continent. A lot, therefore, is at stake for all of us. We must combine our individual efforts and confront our common challenges together. In this case, if you allow me, President, therefore, Rwanda is ready for much closer cooperation with Chad. Once again, thank you, President, for visiting our country. And we look forward to welcoming you back. This will not just be much as it might be first, it should not be the last. I'm also looking forward to the time I can pay back the visit, and which would give me an opportunity to visit Chad once again. I've been there once, so once is not enough, or at least is not good enough. So I should be back at the earliest opportunity to visit the country and visit with you, Mr. President.
President Paul Kagame speaking. Stephen Mutabazi, one of Rwanda's experts in information communications technology, who was at the helm of the conceptualization of Kigali Innovation City, has passed on. Due to his passion to contribute to his country's development, Mutabazi was invited to join the Rwanda Development Board in 2012, where over 6 years he led the government's effort to establish a joint venture with KT Corporation for the rollout of Rwanda's 4G LTE network to cover 95% of the population by 2017 and to establish the Kigali Innovation City flagship initiative to position Rwanda as a Pan-African technology and talent hub. Residents of Gisije sector are concerned about a 9-year-old girl whose grandmother always locks her in the house due to her disability. The grandmother, who belongs to the first category of Ubudehe, people with no other source of income, claims she cannot afford a caregiver for the child. During the day, she has to get food for them, which is why she leaves the child alone in the house. Nzabandora Fabie, the Health and Social Protection Officer in Gisije sector, say that he is working with district authorities to find a way to assist this family so that this child can receive proper care. Residents of Chiramuruzi sector in Gatsibo district have asked the authorities to provide them with clean water because they are currently relying on water from Lake Muhazi, which is dangerous to their health. Sekanyanja Leonard, the deputy mayor in charge of economic development in Gatsibo district, said that construction of water pipelines in the sector has begun in order to provide residents with clean water. Travelers crossing through Rusumo border in Kirehe district have expressed delight for improved services following the establishment of one-stop border post between Rwanda and Tanzania financed by the government of Japan. Today, travelers access services at one spot, unlike the past when documents were processed at 2 locations, one in Rwanda and the other across the Tanzanian border. Passengers attest that the development and upgrading of border infrastructures has contributed to improved services and reduced time it will take from 4 hours to 30 minutes. We will continue with international news after the advertisement.
Are you looking for the best language interpreting services for your next meeting, training workshop, or forum, in person or remotely? Look no further. Gemini Multimedia Limited offers high quality and professional interpreting and document translation services in various fields of expertise. Based on the International Association of Conference Interpreters, AIC, and with a team of professionals with more than 10 years of experience in the field, you can rely on us for a smooth running of your next event. Locate Gemini Multimedia Limited on KG 14 Avenue 258 between Kagugu Health Center and Fawe Girls School. You can also call us on 0790-719-909 or visit www.geminimultimedia.org. Gemini Multimedia Limited. Speak clearly. Listen reliably.
Some items of international news. The chairman of Tanzania's main opposition, Chadema, Freeman Mbowe, has defended the party's decision to suspend 19 women members of parliament. The women are members of Chadema's Youth Council Bavicha, serving as special seat legislators. Mbowe said the 19 members had already been scrapped off by the party for their mistrust by the party's National Executive Committee in November 2020. Even the former Speaker of the National Assembly, Job Ndugai, was informed, and the chairman of the party's registrar. Kenya is investigating allegations that thousands of donated condoms, mosquito nets, and life-saving medicines were stolen from a government-run warehouse and then sold on the black market. The items were donated by the Geneva-based aid body Global Fund that has disbursed over $1.4 billion to Kenya since 2003 to fight HIV, tuberculosis and malaria. According to AFP news outlet, a recent audit by the fund alleged that around 1.1 million condoms, 908,000 mosquito nets and tuberculosis drugs worth of $91,000 was stolen from the state-run Kenya Medical Supplies Agency and resold on the black market to private pharmacies. The Nigerian president, Muhammadu Buhari, announced the implementation of measures to end the shortage of fuel and power across the country. Nigerians have been faced with a shortage of fuel for a month, followed by power outages over the last few days. Muhammadu Buhari blamed the shortages of gas on sabotage of gas pipelines and ongoing maintenance on some gas power plants. Speaking on television, the Nigerian president apologized to all Nigerians and announced that plans had been set in motion to address these issues. The president also reassured Nigerians that consumers would be protected against the current price spikes. Ethiopia has named a military general who has been the face of the war against the Tigray People's Liberation Front as the new ambassador to Kenya. General Baka Debele will take over from Meles Alem Tekea, the career diplomat who had served in Nairobi since 2019, having started at the station in a junior capacity. General Baka was on a list released by the Foreign Affairs Ministry of appointments of ambassadors and deputy heads of missions to 29 countries. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has expressed worry about the 3-year transition period in Burkina Faso, where the army took power at the end of January. Ghana's Foreign Minister, Shirley Ayoko Bachwe, said ECOWAS is a bit worried about the duration of the transition, but the authorities have explained the reasons behind the decision of these 36 months, including the security situation. ECOWAS is asking that the transitional government provide a clear roadmap of its activities for the next 36 months. Even as authorities locked down cities in China's worst outbreak in 2 years, they are looking for an exit from what has been a successful but onerous COVID-19 prevention strategy. A study, interviews with Chinese public health staff, and recent public messaging by government-affiliated experts indicate that China is exploring ways of slowly easing its zero-tolerance approach, with an emphasis on slowly. Chinese officials are paying close attention, though, as other countries relax mask mandates and other restrictions, and investigating just when and how to make the tricky transition. Public health experts say nations can live with the virus as long as the elderly and those with pre-existing conditions are protected. Economic news is a regular feature on Radio Imanzi. The Rwanda Stock Exchange Market Report. Today's trading session recorded 24,146,300 Rwandan francs worth of bonds traded in 4 deals on the fixed income market, and 558,000 Rwandan francs from 12,400 shares traded in 2 deals on the equities market. I&M Bank counter closed at 45 Rwandan francs. The trading session recorded a total turnover of 558,000 Rwandan francs from 12,400 shares traded in 2 deals. Bralirwa closed the counter at 125 Rwandan francs. Bank of Kigali at 250 Rwandan francs. Simerwa at 120 Rwandan francs. M10 Rwanda at 180 Rwandan francs. Equity Bank at 440 Rwandan francs. Kenya Commercial Bank at 370 Rwandan francs. National Media Group at 1,200 Rwandan francs. Uturi Supermarket at 104 Rwandan francs. And RH Buffalo closed the counter at 526 Rwandan francs as the market closed. The currency market review of today. The Kenyan shilling buying price was 8.8 Rwandan francs and the selling price was 8.9 Rwandan francs. Tanzanian shilling buying price was 0.43 and the selling price was 0.44. Ugandan shilling buying price was 0.28 and the selling price was 0.287. Burundian franc buying price was 0.49 and the selling price was 0.5. The US dollar buying price was 1,007 and the selling price was 1,027. The British pound buying price was 1,325 Rwandan francs and the selling price was 1,351. The euro buying price was 1,116 Rwandan francs and the selling price was 1,138 Rwandan francs. Today's weather forecast from the Rwanda Meteorology Department. From 6 in the evening to midnight, rain is expected in the western province and Nyamagabe, Nyaruguru, Musanze, Gakenke and Burera districts, while the rest of the country is expected to be mostly cloudy. The average wind speed expected is of between 3 meters per second and 4 meters per second. From midnight to 6 in the morning, it is expected to be mostly cloudy in all parts of the country. The average wind speed expected is of between 3 meters per second and 4 meters per second. The minimum temperature is to be 12 degrees Celsius tomorrow morning in Nyabihu district. With that, we come to the end of tonight's edition.